finished the Moroccan red heartbeat salad, and now we're going to move on to the purple kale. This is what purple kale looks like. Obviously it's very purple. Kale, the kind that I usually have, and most kale, there are different kinds, but usually it's a nice dark leafy green. So don't be put off if you go to a grocery store and you see only green kale. This is actually not as common, and I found this in the store and just went nuts over it and knew that I had to make it for the Valentine's special. So what we're gonna do is pull the leaves off. Okay, and we're going to, just like we did with those red beet greens, we're going to cut the stems off. And what we're going to do when we've done that whole head of kale is put it into our steamer pot and steam it up, just like we did before with the red beet greens. Okay, so our purple kale is nice and steamed, still retains that gorgeous purple color. It looks so beautiful. Another thing about kale is it is so healthy. If you've never had it before, I really urge you to try it. Just try any kind, try this recipe, try the green kind, whatever you want. It is packed full of protein, iron, calcium, vitamins A, vitamin C. So please, please, please get acquainted with it. So the next thing we're going to do is just get our few ingredients ready for the rest of the salad. So we have here a red onion, and we're just going to cut that up. Cut it in half, and then we're going to cut it in just really tiny strips, so that when it pulls apart, it kind of makes these nice long pieces. We're going to saute those up in some olive oil. Those are going to be really good pieces to eat and to mix in with our kale. So we're going to get that whole thing cut up, and we're going to put it in a great big pan with some olive oil. If you're not really used to cooking with olive oil, I would say you'd probably want to use about 2 tablespoons or so, enough to kind of coat the bottom of the pan, but not, not to make the food drenched in oil. So we're going to heat up the olive oil. We're going to add the whole chopped onion in here and saute that for a little bit. You're just going to want to stir it around so it doesn't burn, maybe like 8 to 10 minutes. And the onions will start to get more translucent, and when we'll finish up the dish. Alright, we've got our onions nice and sauteed, and I took them off the heat just for the sake of showing you what we're going to do with the rest of the ingredients, but this should all be done still on the stove, okay? So just pretend that that's on the stove right now. What we're going to add next, that's our red onion. Our kale's already steamed. We're going to add some garlic, and the original recipe I was looking at called for 1 clove of garlic, but I really love garlic, so I'm going to add 3. Now this is a microplane zester. But it works incredibly well to grate garlic. I have tried a billion different things to grate garlic, and this is my favorite thing. I think it was $12.99, but you will use it all the time. So microplane zester, get one of these. I'm going to show you right now. We have garlic here peeled, and just rub it along the top. And it gets totally minced up, down to nothing. So we're going to add that in. Add as much garlic as you want, really. I realize it's Valentine's Day and everything, but I love garlic that much that if my date didn't want to kiss me or something because of garlic, then perhaps that's not the person for me, because I love it. And now what we're going to do is just kind of stir that around. You're going to hear it sizzle, and it's going to start to cook a little bit. It's going to get nice, and we're going to smell it. It's going to smell so good. Garlic and onions, like, is there anything better than that? You could put a shoe in there and eat it, and it would be freaking delicious. Okay, so we've got that. Next we're going to stir in a pinch of red pepper flakes. If you don't like spicy food, stop watching. I'm kidding. Please don't stop watching. I love spicy food. This is just a pinch of red pepper flakes. You can leave them out if you don't like them. Okay, we're going to mix that all around. We're going to add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Vinegars are so cheap, and they really add a lot to a dish. This container is probably 69 cents in the store. So 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. We're cooking all of that up. We're going to add the purple kale to it while it's still cooking nice and hot. Mix everything around. It's going to get really fragrant, really beautiful. Okay, we finished the purple kale. Everything's all mixed together and just plated, and it looks beautiful. Look at these colors. Pink, purple, red, all the beautiful colors of Valentine's Day and fresh whole foods. I'm so glad that you were here to join us for this first video, and I hope you stay tuned for many, many more. Have a very happy Valentine's Day. Keep watching Save the Kales. Bye.